Hey guys, in this video we're doing lesson 6.7, which is on area and perimeter of irregular figures. So a composite figure is a figure that can be split up into polygons that are basic plane figures, like triangles, parallelograms, trapezoids, that sort of thing. To find the area of the composite figure, we are going to separate the regions and find each area. Then find the sum of those areas. So add them all up. So number one, we have a rectangle and a trapezoid. So we're going to find the area of the rectangle and the area of the trapezoid. So for the rectangle, let's do area. I'll just do it typically to show the difference. I'll just say the big A means area. The little r just means rectangle. Okay. So this would be area is length times width. So 23 times 12. That's 276. The area of the trapezoid. This is half times height. Now the height goes from there to there, where I drew my arrows. The entire figure from the very top to bottom is 18. So the whole thing is 18. And I know that this chunk is 12. That leaves 6 for the height of the trapezoid. Okay. And then we have, so it's half times height times base 1 plus base 2, 23. So 15 plus 23. And that is 114. So the area of the figure is 276 plus 114, which is 390 centimeters squared. Number 2, we have a rectangle, triangle, and half of a circle. So for the rectangle, area of the rectangle, all right, let's see. So, some things we need to look at. This length is 9, right? That would be the radius of the circle. That means that this right there is also 9, because the radius can go from the center anywhere out, which means that that over there is also 9. Okay, so we have 26 is this entire length. So if I take 9 off of that, I get this side of the rectangle is 17. And if we have 7, that means right here is 10. All right, so back to the rectangle. Area is 9 times 17, which is 153. Area of the half circle. So a full circle is pi r squared. I'm just going to multiply that by half times pi times 9 squared. And we get 127.23. And then area of the triangle is half times base, which is 9, times height, which is 10. And we get 45. So the overall area of this figure is 153 plus 127.23 plus 45. Oops. And that is 325.23 feet squared. Number 3, we have half of a circle. So area of the half circle is half times pi times r squared. My radius is 8. And this is 100.53. Now for the triangle, we need the height. We don't have that, but this is a right angle. If you think all the way back to the very first lesson, there was a Pythagorean triple, 8, 15, 17. But if you didn't remember those triples, you could do Pythagorean Theorem to find the height of 15. So the area of the triangle is half times base. So we're back to this whole triangle. So the base of it is 16 times height, which is 15. And this is 120. So the overall area, if I add those two together, I get 220.53 meters squared. All right, and number 4, I've got a square, a triangle, and a trapezoid. So first of all, let's see. I don't know the square's lengths, the side lengths. So I'm going to go over, I have more information on these triangles. So I'm going to use that. That's going to help me out. I can do Pythagorean Theorem to find, we'll just call that B, to find B. So 9.6 squared plus B squared equals 12 squared. $92.16 plus B squared equals 144. And if I subtract, we get B squared equals 51.84. And then when I take the square root, I get B is 7.2. So that means that we have 7.2. This is also 7.2, which means that the entire length of the square is 14.4. So if this is 14.4, then the rest of this length, or which is the height of the trapezoid, that has to be 11. Because 11 and 14.4 make 25.4. So now I might have everything. All right. The area of the triangle. We're doing the whole triangle. It's half times base, 14.4, times height, 9.6. And that's 69.12. Area of the square is 14.4 squared, which is 207.36. And area of the trapezoid is half times the height, which we said was 11, times, and then in parentheses, base 1 plus base 2. And we get 134.2. So my overall area, if we add up all three of those, we get 410.68 meters squared. Now sometimes we will have shaded regions. So instead of having two that are added together, we've got one big shape and we've cut a shape out of it. And so to find the area of the shaded region, we first find the area of the entire figure, then subtract the area of the non-shaded region. So number one, I have a square that had a circle cut out of it. So the radius is 12.5 because the entire length of the square is 25. Right, so I'm going to find the area of the square first. 25 squared. That's 625. And the area of the circle is pi times r squared. So pi times 12.5 squared, which is 490.87. So this time, instead of adding those two numbers, we subtract. So I'm going to take the square of 625 and subtract 490.87. And we get 134.13 feet squared. Number two, we have a rectangle that had a triangle cut out. So the area of the rectangle, 14 times 25. That's 350. And the area of the triangle, half times base, 25, times the height, 11. And we get 137.5. So for my area of the shaded region, we take the rectangle, 350, minus the triangle. And that gives us 212.5. All right, for number 3, we have a trapezoid and a half circle. We're going to need to know the height of the trapezoid. So if I make a right triangle, this becomes 20. Because this right here is 17 and the whole thing is 37. This is a Pythagorean triple. If you remember the 3, 4, 5 triple, if you multiply each of those by 5, we get 15, 20, 25. All right. So the area of the trapezoid is half times height times base 1 plus base 2. And we get 405. The area of the half circle would be half times pi times r squared. And my radius is 7.5. The whole thing is 15, because remember we found the height was 15. So half of 15 is 7.5. So 7.5 squared. And we get 88.36. So my overall area, if I subtract, I get 316.64 inches squared. All right, and number 4, we have a half circle with a triangle cut out. And this triangle, we're missing the hypotenuse of the triangle, which is also the diameter of the circle. So we're going to need to do Pythagorean Theorem. Nine squared plus 21 squared equals c squared. If you do 9 squared plus 21.6 squared, you get 547.56. And then if you take the square root of that, you get 23.4. So the area of the half circle is half times pi times r squared. And so the diameter is what we found of 23.4. Half of that would be, let's see, I think I wrote down the wrong number. 11.7 is what it should be. Squared. And then when you multiply it, you get 215.03. And the area of the triangle is half times base times height. 97.2. And then if we to find our shaded region, we need to subtract. And when we subtract, we get 117.83 meters squared. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day.